Good evening. Welcome to our SPSS class. I am your facilitator, Brighton Comma. So in this video, I'm going to quickly show you how to create a data entry template and how you can enter data that you correct. Here is a sample of a questionnaire that we are going to be using. The first section here is talking about the background characteristics information of respondents. We've got age, we've got sex, we've got marital status, we've got the region. Further, section B is addressing the perception towards HIV/AIDS. There is question 5. There is question 6, which is open-ended. Then there is multiple response, which is question 13. It's multiple response because here the respondent has got more than one option applicable to them. The question is, if yes, which organizations tick all that apply? Meaning a respondent can tick on more than one responses, unlike these other questions from 1 up to question 12. So I'll go to my SPSS. The variable view, this is where you create the data entry template, meaning conversion of the hard copy questionnaire into an electronic copy questionnaire. Then data view, this is now where you enter the actual responses as answered in the questionnaire. So we'll start with the variable view. The column name here, this is where you're going to be typing the question number. Then the type here, you're going to specify the type of you are going to specify what type of a variable is the question that you're dealing with. Is it numeric or string? Then width, you're going to specify the number of characters that you want SPSS to accept. If you put 8, which is auto-generated, it means SPSS can only accept up to 8 characters. Decimals, if you need decimals for that particular question. Label, this is where you put the actual question as it appears from the hard copy questionnaire. Then values, this is now where you code. This is where you put the answers as attached to that particular question. So I'll start, I'll put questionnaire ID, I'll just write ID. It's going to be numeric. I don't want decimals, I'll say questionnaire identification number. Then there are no values. Then I'll move on. I'll go to question 1. Here I'm going to call it question 1. Question 1. Question 1 from my questionnaire, which is question 1 is string, which is what is your sex. So I'll go back. So I'll change. It's going to be string. Then I'll put just sex here. Then I'll go to my values. There are those 3 dots on my right. I'll click there, it will give me, so I'll put 1 is equal to male. Then I'll click on add. 2 is equal to female. Let's say I made a mistake on female. I can quickly go there. Once I make changes, then it means I can click on change like that, or I can remove. So that's how you can go about doing it. There it is. I will quickly go to question 2, which is numeric, because this question is age. So I'll put age. So there are no answers attached to age, like you can see here. Then I'll go to marital status. Q3 is string because it has got answers attached. Then marital status, then you've got 1 1 is equal to married, 2 is equal to single. I'll just pick it for the sake of just demonstrating, so you can enter as many answers as provided for. Then I'll go to question 5. What's question 5? Is it good for a person to know his or her HIV status? So I'll just put knowing HIV status. I think that's enough. Then the responses are yes or no. So 1 is coded as yes, 2 is coded as no, 2 is coded as no. Then I'll click on add, then I'll click on OK. Then question 6 is talking about what role should students play in the fight against HIV/AIDS. So I'll just put role of students, and it's an open-ended question. I'll go to question 7. What's question 7? Question 7 is, should students be routinely screened for HIV/AIDS? So I'll just say routine screening or students screened. If you want, you can type the entire question. Then this is a yes or no response, so I'll just copy there and paste there. Then I'll go to question 8. I'll go to question 8. What's question 8? Question 8 is, should those who are HIV positive denied bursary scholarship? So just put denied bursary scholarship as my shortcut there. Then the answer is yes or no. Then I'll put just copy there. Sorry, I'll copy again. So it's not giving me what I want. I can just type manually. 1 yes, 1 is giving me problems. Okay, I'll go to question 8. I'll come back to it. I'll go to question 9. Okay, so I put numeric, so it was giving me problems. That's question 9. Behaving HIV, so I'll just copy there and put as my shortcut. So I'll come and paste the yes or no answer since I just yes or no. Then question 10. What's my question 10? Foreigners screened, so I'll just put foreigners screened. Just put foreigners screened as a shortcut. I'll come back to the answers. Then I'll go to Q13 11. This is string. Then 11 is also string. What's question 11? Couples testing. So put couples testing. Couples testing. Then I'll go to question 12. Q12 is saying, have you ever heard of organization dealing with HIV/AIDS? So just say head of organizations. Question 13. Question 13 is a multiple response. So this is how you enter question 13. has got 4 questions. Let me first copy and put the responses here, because these are just the same answers. So here there is unza seda, unza popsa, unza response, unza baker, as per our questionnaire here. This then is 2 yes or no responses. Sorry, I'll change first to string. I'll change to string first. I'll change these variables to string. So I've entered, but now I've realized that I've skipped question 4. So I want to put question 4. I can just click there, right click, then insert variable, then I can edit and put question 4. Then I can proceed to edit everything in that order. So this is how you enter data. You create the data entry template. Now, data view, when you click on data view, it will actually give you all the questions that you entered. So you pick the first questionnaire. This is questionnaire number 1. I'll enter the responses as answered. Let's assume that this one is female. I'll enter based on how someone answered. This one is age 26, this one 2, this one 1, this one 2, this one 1, this one 2, this one. Question 6 is sensitization. So you've seen what has happened. SPSS, I'm trying to type, but SPSS is not accepting, because when I go to question 6, I specified that SPSS should only accept 8 characters. Now let me change to 50 and let's see what will happen. So I've changed to 50. Now let me further type sensitization. You've seen, because I've increased the size on the width. So very important when you're dealing with open-ended questions. I'll type there, I'll type, this person said yes, this said yes, no, yes, no. It means I've finished the question. I've finished questionnaire. I'll go to questionnaire number 2. I'll say this person is female, she's aged 27, yes, yes, 2. I'll say awareness. Then I'll move on with him, just entering the data some as they answered. I've finished. I'll go to questionnaire number 3. This maybe could be questionnaire number 40. It doesn't matter of the order on the questionnaire number. This one is male, is aged 31, is married, to educate. I'll be entering the data as answered. Now, question 12 was, have you ever heard of organization dealing with HIV? So this person says no. No wonder I've put a 2 there, because 2 is representing no. So if they say no on question 12 and question 13 odds, if yes to question 12, which organizations? So for this person who answered no, it means question 13 will not apply to them, it will remain blank. Therefore, I'll leave it blank. By doing this, by entering questionnaire by questionnaire, you will enter all the data that you've collected in this manner and in this order. Thank you so much for watching this video.